Restaurants across the country have opened up, malls have opened up too, but nightclubs is one place where social distancing is almost impossible. Today on CT Cares, we speak to the king of nightclubs and bars, Priyank Sukhija. Lord of the Drinks, Tamasha, Dragonfly, Plum by Benchair are some of the brands under his umbrella, along with 30 outlets across 4 cities. Let's speak to the veteran about how the clubbing scene is going to change in India. Hi Priyank, thank you so much for joining us on Curly Tales, and congratulations, you're a father to triplets, so you can't be complaining about 2020.
Definitely. I mean, 2020 has been a roller coaster year for us, from the virus to everything happening in the business. But now we have good news, so we really can't complain about that.
Okay. Now, you are known to set some of the most amazing bars and restaurants in the country, but with the COVID turmoil, well, it has been quite a bummer. How are things shaping up for you now?
So I'd say things look pretty bad, but we've started to see a light at the end of the tunnel somehow, as far as business is concerned. People are now more confident about coming out. We are only at a 20 to 25% of our business of if we compare it to pre-COVID times, but
Right.
we'll get there.
Okay. And Priyank, pretty much everything can happen with social distancing, but how does one party with social distancing? I mean, I believe one of your nightclubs has just launched party pods. Now, is that going to be the new normal of partying?
Yes, we've tried to do that at Dragonfly. It's actually a very innovative idea. I wouldn't say I have not been inspired. I saw one of these images that I think it was one of the restaurants in Europe which had a pod on a canal. And I
Right.
saw it later on our WhatsApp, and it struck the chord with me. And what we've done, each table is now covered with a pod around it, and it's acrylic on all 4 sides. So you go inside, you can see other people partying, you can see the vibe of the whole club, it's not a club actually, it's a restaurant and a bar, and it's relatively safer. It won't be wrong to say that Dragonfly today is the safest bar in the country.
That's really nice to know and optimistic for all the party lovers, so to say, who haven't gone out for the last 7 months or so. So how many people can a party pod accommodate?
Between 8 to 12 people.
Oh, okay.
The idea is to see each other. So I always, food and cocktails is something what we sell. We sell the vibe. And vibe comes from people itself. People like to see people. So this has been it's been a great, experiment. And we're going to look at it. If people like it for a couple of weeks, we're going to look at it. Then we are going to do this in other bars as well.
Okay. So far it has happened in Delhi, if I'm not wrong.
It's happened in Delhi. Bombay just opened. We didn't start with Bombay Dragonfly because we had no idea when it was opening. There was no clarity. Thankfully, just 2 days ago, we got the clarity, and Bombay Dragonfly will also open very soon with this.
Okay. But it's been a while since Delhi bars and clubs have opened up. How has the response been? Are people now open to coming out?
Actually, I was expecting more because the bars got opened on the 9th of September. But we were serving food for a month before that. Now, there was a time in Delhi when there were 700 to 1,000 cases every day, and the active cases were under 10,000. That time, we weren't allowed to serve alcohol, but there were many people coming just for food. Now, unluckily, the day the alcohol got opened, the 9th of September, that was the day in Delhi had its highest record of cases ever. It broke all records. And it has been like that for the last 1 month or so. Now, since the last 1 week, cases are getting lower again.
Okay. Tell me, what has been the status of your bars and nightclubs
Yes,
across various cities? I'm sure you have had huge rentals to pay so far, even salaries. Did you shut down any of your outlets permanently, or is there any update around that?
We are very lucky to not have shut down even a single outlet.
Okay.
And the main credit for that goes to our landlords. We've had good relationships with landlords. So all our landlords have foregone up the rent, or at least given a lot of discount. And for the times to come for it, some restaurants till December, some even till March, or even the whole next year, they are on revenue share. So that is one good thing. The very sad part about it is that we had to furlough a lot of staff. We had to let go a lot of staff. We used to employ 1,200 people. and which we only employ 200, 250 people right now. We'll employ more people as and when Bombay opens and as and when business grows. But yeah, we've been managed to save all those restaurants so that one day we can employ all those people and more back.
Absolutely. I'll say, well, in a huge relief now, restaurants in Mumbai are going to open up. What's your expectation from Mumbai?
My expectation from Mumbai or even Delhi or Bangalore or any even Chennai, we have restaurants. Wherever we open, it's massive. See, we can't forget one thing, that humans are social being. Right now, the delivery market, the cloud kitchen market has gone 2 times or 3 times, but it can't replace what do you call the experience of going out. What's going to happen is there is going to be revenge consumption. I don't know how far we are from it. It could be 3 months, it could be 6 months, it's going to be 9 months. But when that day comes, people will come out with vengeance. And all we need to do till that time is try to keep our head above the water. Bombay, I'm very excited about. I'm still making 2 restaurants in Bombay. They are under construction. We are making a Plum in Bandra, and we are making a Diablo in Worli.
Well, that's very optimistic to know about some new launches even in this period. Now, Priyank, you have restaurants and bars offering different concepts each, right? You have Jalwa, which is pretty much known to be a buzzing nightclub. Tamasha is dining as well as partying. Have you thought of changing concept of any of these restaurants? Again, Dragonfly is an experience in itself, but it does convert into a nightclub, right? So are things going to change?
Yes, so what we are doing is Tamasha has been there for 4 years. That's our first restaurant. It needed an overhaul, we realized over this time, and it was a great location. So we are completely overhauling it, and we are excited to bring Diablo to Tamasha. So Tamasha is converting into Diablo. So that's a complete makeover. We're doing some changes with Jalwa. We're working on a new menu. We are working on a new and a shorter and a more affordable menu at Lord of the Drinks also. I think everybody, it won't be, I mean, it won't be unfair to say that everybody does have less money right now for all the Lord of the Drinks, for Flying Saucer, for Warehouse Cafe. We are working on a more cost-effective menu.
Absolutely. Okay. What do you have to say about the guidelines announced by the government in terms of restaurant capacity? Are they all feasible?
So what I have to say about the government guidelines is right now we are only allowed for 50%, which is going to be very tough, very tough for the restaurants to break even. I don't think so. A lot of restaurants will be able to survive in that anymore. Restaurants were used to actually 150% of what their seating capacity used to be. But in a 50% of our things, the electricity of the space is not going to change. The rents, the minimum guarantees are not going to change. My kitchen staff is going to be the same. If airlines can have 100%, then why can't restaurants have? So this needs to be changed. This is a time we should help businesses grow back, and so that we can contribute our, to the employment, to the GDP of the country, which really needs helps of entrepreneurs right now. Yeah. Also, I would like to, ask the government that there are a lot of policies which the restaurant industry does need to get back on its feet. Policies like getting our input tax credit on GDP or on GST, which is very important, which we've been fighting for. We need outdoor dining in Delhi. We need late night licenses in Delhi. These are things the restaurant industry needs to get back on its feet.
Absolutely. Lots of key messages there for the government. But what about our viewers who can't wait to go out, dine, as well as party? What's your message for them?
I think we now, till the time things get better, we need to learn to live. This is the new normal. What restaurants are doing, they're doing their best. Nothing is 100% safe, but we are taking all the measures possible. Our kitchen staff, our servers are wearing masks at all time. We are sanitizing our tables after every turnover. We've got contactless dining so that you don't even have to touch our menus. So with all these precautions, please do come out, help and support the restaurants, help and support the businesses around you, and also have a good time with your friends.
And like you mentioned earlier, few experiences can never go online or are irreplaceable. And I really think a dining experience outdoors in a restaurant is something that's unmatched. So great chatting with you, Priyank.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Kamini.